All right, traders, we're here for our daily market analysis, signals, and charts. Now, what's interesting about today is the FOMC met, and they didn't change rates, but they says they're going to cut rates in September. Possibly, not for sure. Now, surprisingly, or I wouldn't necessarily say surprising, but interestingly, the crypto market dumped on the news. Total dumped, others dumped, total 3 dumped. At the same time, gold pumped, silver pumped, the Russell pumped, the Dow Jones pumped, the other markets pumped. So first, let's talk about what's easy, which is my positioning in the indices and on gold. I'm flat on gold. I was long gold, but I bailed on this failed breakout, and if I had stayed, I would have gotten stopped out. I haven't gotten a reentry, but it would have just taken me right at the bottom. So I got out actually on this day here, so that was good. I made money from here to here. The COT data is kind of bearish too, commitment of traders, so I don't feel any FOMO over gold. I'm okay leaving it alone. I'd really like to buy a dip when and if that happens. But if we consolidate some more, maybe we get another breakout opportunity. And I want to see the commitment of trader data normalize. We actually do have a long signal on silver today. However, I'm choosing not to take it because it's too much risk. Trading one contract of silver, a mini silver, the risk would be like $3,000 something. And even though it's hugely profitable over time, 24, I can't have a 24% chance of losing 3 grand. So I'm gonna leave it alone. The contracts for gold is smaller and for the indices. So we didn't get there, and we might not, but for US 100, I'm really hoping we come and take out this low, and we don't just run back to old highs, because that would give me an entrance. But if the markets want to rip, I cannot be too mad because I have multiple contracts long on US 30, going back to here and adding on here, and it's looking pretty good, and I have multiple contracts long on US 2000, which seems to be a rotation into the small caps. So if the market doesn't give me an entry on the NASDAQ but wants to creep higher on these others, I'm okay with it. Now at the same time, let's go back to the total crypto market, which had a parabolic run up and has been digesting for some time. And it's the choppy summer months. We're coming into August, which is one of the worst months historically, August and September. July is historically one of the better months, and uh, that sort of happened. I mean, we had a nice rally. Technically, we're green on Bitcoin, but as far as ETH, not really looking the best. And the altcoin market cap is still under this 200 SMA. I mean, it's pretty clearly in a downtrend at this point, and longing altcoins as an asset class hasn't been the best for a little while. Let me silence my phone so we can focus on this. Now, I did have the idea that when you're in a downtrend, I'm looking for a failure at monthly highs, but another one is failure and daily fair value gaps, which we have. I'm not saying that I don't know that we're going to have a continued downtrend, but we might. And we're in a downtrend on the high time frame on the altcoin market cap. Sorry, it's a high time frame downtrend. It's been since March. So March, April, May, June, July, 5 months. And we're also, we haven't taken a monthly high in that entire time. And we've been taking out all these monthly lows. Clearly it's a downtrend. So, where did this downtrend begin? The May one was in this daily fair value gap right here. We made it all the way back in and failed there. So there's 2 areas on this chart, and one of them is this right here. So it makes sense for this to be the area to sell from on altcoins. So I'm a little bit more interested in shorts. Um, total doesn't look quite as bearish. Total 3 as well, not as bearish, but it's really the others that are pretty interesting. Now, if we look at Bitcoin though, when are we gonna make an all-time high, bro? We've been in the same range for months and months and months. ETH's been super weak relatively, failing, just it's been pretty weak. And locally in a downtrend as well. And it makes me think there's a good chance that this wasn't the bottom. And if so, I'm a little bit less interested in longs down here. I probably still would, but it seems unlikely that we've got a long bear market, but it's possible that we have some downtrend digestion from this rally. And then Solana, I was long Solana, and I've cut my Solana trade a little while back, which I'm glad for. We had a held breakout and we had a failed breakout. And I don't like to short Solana. I could have stayed long, but I'm just taking early exit is fine because this is a failed breakout signal from May. So that would have been fine to do on this day. And I chose to get out. We'll look at the funding rate in a minute, but another thing, I'm working on this filter. I think there's some validity is this breakout kind of succeeded, and this one makes this one more likely to fail. I know from Richard Dennis's system with the breakouts, they would only take a 30-day breakout if the previous one failed. So by the same token, I'm only interested in taking a 30-day failed breakout if the previous failed breakout failed. So if there's a breakout and then the next level, right? So let's look at some other coins. BNB, volatility compressed, nothing interesting there. So all that said, the only fresh signal from today is XRP, which I've taken. Um, I know some of you guys are XRP heads and are gonna tell me I'm gonna get wrecked, whatever, I don't know. It's just one trade. I'm also not saying it's going to zero, but we had a failed breakout, another failed breakout, which to me makes it more likely that this one will succeed. It's no guarantee, of course, but it makes it more likely. Now, if we also, let's go ahead and look at some funding rate stuff. Kind of like that one. So if we look at the funding rate, I have it on the 1 year. It's a lot more red than it's been. And if we look at the funding rate for Bitcoin, um, right, I mean, we see the highest opportunity times to buy are when funding turns super negative across the space. It leads to a nice rally. We didn't actually get that at this low so much, but funding is not insane, but it's elevated again. So it's a place to be cautious. Same with ETH. People are getting more long right now. Same with Solana. Yeah, Solana was a good one. Yeah, really want to pay attention to the funding rate. Um, okay, now if we look at XRP, for instance, these longs down here, I mean, this was a great place to be long, and I think if all you did in trading is you waited for times when the market and a coin are super shorted, which happened with XRP when the whole market was down, and you just waited and you longed that, and you did nothing else and you're super patient, I think you'd probably do extremely well. Um, yeah, but where we are now, funding has been getting higher and higher and higher, and price has been failing to advance because not only did we fail at this high, but we also are failing right here too. So it's just a trade idea again. Don't get too offended if you're an XRP person, and we could go higher, but that's something that I'm looking at. Yeah, as far as longs on Bitcoin, well, tomorrow is August, so we're gonna have a new high here, which is the July high, and we're gonna have a new high here, which is the July high. So that's gonna give us a chance for breakouts if price goes much higher. Solana's showing relative weakness now. Well, ETH's actually showing relative strength, but yeah. Anyways, so that's what we're doing. I'm playing around with some altcoin shorts, and we're just sitting in. I've been sitting in this US 2000 long for a while. It's doing awesome. And also sitting in this Dow Jones long, which is also doing well. And yeah, I can't trade silver. And yeah, hoping for a little bit lower on US 100, but we might not get there. But we might. So happy trading, y'all. Much love and peace.